All right.
Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome to our Team Rise Up Team Huddle. Today, we are in the middle of November. We are all getting excited for the holidays that are coming up upon us, and that also means that we are busier. And so I thought that Sarah and I got together today and we kind of brainstormed a little bit about what we could help you guys with. And I know this time of year is really super busy. And so we all need to be impacting people's lives and helping people. And so, how do we do that when we have limited time and we just have busy schedules? And so, we came up with a little something that it kind of just started off with Sarah asking me some questions about how I planned and did some social media. And so, we are just going to jump right in. So I call it what I do the daily 5's content method. And so I want you guys to know and remember this actually shocked me when I read it that people remember 80% of what they see and only 20% of what they read. Isn't that fascinating? And I immediately thought in terms of what we're sharing on our social medias instead of just what we're talking about. Now, I do want to preface that everything that I'm going to be sharing today is in terms of just how we show up in life in general. So it's not specific to social media. I talk in social media language because that is primarily where I show up, but this is all applicable to our daily lives. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. We call it the know, like, and trust factor. Your people need to have three things. They need to do or see or three things. They need to see your face, they need to hear your voice, and they need to see you using your product. So in person, think about it, right? Like they need to see you. They need to hear you talking about it or explaining something to them, and they need to see the products. And it's just like with social media primarily in our stories, they need to see your face, they need to hear your voice, and they need to see you taking your products. And when you consistently show up in these three areas, in these three ways, that is when trust compounds. And remember, people are not going to purchase from you unless or until they trust you. So, three areas every affiliate needs you, your business, and your products. And so I always refer to this is the branding category. And this doesn't mean that you have to be some high flutin' tootin' influencer. It's just reflecting you. You are your brand. People buy from you for a reason. People are friends with you for a reason. And this section is what makes you human. It's what makes you relatable and memorable. So just be you. Show up as your authentic self. The second category is business. This is where you get to normalize the opportunity. It's where you normalize what you do and how you help people and how you help people help other people in this area and category. Number three is products. You guys, this is the easiest one. This is where you get to shine because we all have bioactive precision peptides at our fingertips. And they are an instant curiosity product because no one else has them. We literally just have like such an amazing slice of the pie right there. All right, so now what I mean by these three categories is this is how I show up on social media in these three areas. So when I have people ask me, how do you know what to post or what to talk about? I'm pulling from these three categories. And so why I call it the daily 5's right here, the daily 5's is because in each one of these categories, I pick five core pillars, so to say, or five core topics. So I'm going to break down each one of these to give you an idea. So if you got a blank piece of paper by you, or grab a printer paper or a notebook, you're going to want to do three columns, you, business, products, with 1 to 5. And what's super important is when I'm going over this with you and giving you suggestions, do not prejudge yourself. Do not second guess yourself. Write down what immediately comes to mind. So, for me personally, this is me spending time with my family because I want people to know that I am a mom. I am family oriented. It's what I love. I love my children. Bible, devotional moments, health routines, fitness, it's really super important to me that I talk about moving your body. So ideally, what I'm doing is I am highlighting areas that are a part of me. Yes, they are who I am, but it's also the areas of me in my life. It's the same areas that I want to mirror to my ideal client. So we all have an ideal client. So whether that's an ideal customer or an ideal affiliate, I want to speak about things that are going to attract her. So, how do I attract her? I am a mirror. So, if I am talking about my family, if I'm talking about my relationship with God, if I'm talking about moving my body, if I'm talking about how important it is that I take care of myself and my mindset and all those things, when I'm on social media and in real life, if people don't jive with that, they're probably not going to click the follow button. They're probably not going to be like, hey, Wendy, like, let's go have coffee together, right? So you want to be a mirror so that though that person is then attracted to what you are displaying of who you are. It essentially is you're giving them a platform to say, "Oh my gosh, like I want to do that. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to grow my relationship with Jesus. I want to take better care of myself." They start to see themselves in your story. And so then it subconsciously is giving them the permission to, okay, well, if Sarah can homeschool her kids and like take care of herself and, go for a family walk and take peptides and pay for all of these kids to be on all these sports, like I want to do what she's doing. So do you guys kind of see where I'm going with this? So when you're thinking about these topics, we're not thinking of it from like a selfish perspective of, I want to look a certain way, or I want people to perceive me as a certain way. Like, yes, they need to align with who you are. Like, integrity should be everyone's main value here. But think of it through the lens of who do I want to attract? I do not want to attract someone who is broke, stubborn, and refuses to invest in their selves and their health. Like, it's just, like if someone's, you know, wants to, but like money's an issue, we can work through that. But like, I don't want to be having conversations with someone who's like, supplements are crap. Like, that's just not, so I'm not going to talk about that, right? So, moving your body is also really super important to me because I want people connecting with me of that's a priority in their life. It doesn't mean they have to be doing it. It doesn't mean they have to be strength training or, training for, a marathon, but just wanting to move their body, like going for a walk with their family during the day is good enough. Maybe it's sourdough. Maybe it's some like hobbies, like, I do diamond art with my kids, or maybe it's like remodeling a house and doing some DIY projects. Date night, talking about marriage, if that's a really super, pillar of who you are or what you do within your community. These last two are like kind of stepping your toe into a little bit more of a vulnerable category. But remember what I said about why we do this is so that we can be relatable and memorable. So sharing a personal win or a struggle, sharing a mindset shift that you're working through. This is, I always say, we share from our scars, not our wounds. So, if you like just went through a divorce yesterday, maybe don't get on and share that one, right? Like we need to heal through and work through our stuff. And so the point though is that makes you memorable because people will see that and they will see you sharing your story and it will give them hope. Maybe you guys, it's unbelievable to me whenever I share a vulnerable story of something I've gone through, how many people private message me and say, "Oh my gosh, I've just went through the same thing. Oh my gosh, what you said just was exactly what I needed to say." Seriously, it's such a cool experience. But it's memorable because then it's not just like you're the peptide girl who's sharing you mixing your drink every single day, right? Or you're not just like the mom carpooling every single day. It's like, oh yeah, I remember like, Sarah went through that thing with her kid and like it stuck out to me because it normalizes you. They go, oh my gosh, like Wendy's a real mom. Like Wendy struggles with things and has to overcome it. So this one is so, so, so incredibly powerful. The next one is business. Now, okay, sorry, back up. Pick 5 things. Like this is an extensive list. Pick 5 things. So for like me, it's spending time with my family. It's Bible devotional sharing about Jesus. It's moving my body. And then I'm very much a love sharing hard things, like how I moved through very hard things. So that's only 4. So up to 5, right? This is not like I don't want you to get overwhelmed. So maybe just pick 3. And whatever you think, right? 1 to start with is great. So business, you guys, the key here is to pick what enticed you, what drew your attention. So for me personally, it's this new modern affiliate model. I mean, it's not something I'm going to talk about all the time, but it's definitely going to be in my language and in my verbiage of how I speak and what I love about it and what makes it different, why it's set apart. I'm always going to talk about free enrollment and no monthly fees because that is not normal. That is not normal. And neither is daily pay. That is 100% something I talk about every single week. Daily pay. And then the culture is super important to me. So then I kind of will talk about events, trips, the just the people here, the leadership, the community, the support. That's all culture to me. So I'm going to talk about that. I am not going to talk about our like board of Avenger team members. They're amazing and they're awesome and I absolutely love them and I think they are phenomenal. And like on a Zoom, I'll definitely talk about them. But in my socials, people are going to be like Tyler Whitehead, like who cares who he is, right? I mean, like honestly, some people will probably even be like, who's this Justin Prince dude? Like, are his muscles fake? Like that's just not where my ideal client, she's not looking for that, right? She's not waking up in the morning being like, I wonder if that new modern affiliate model Wendy's talking about has a really good board team and members. No. She's waking up going, how much is the affiliate cost to be affiliate? How long do I have to wait to get paid? And I just don't even understand how this business model works. Like that is what my ideal client is waking up thinking about. And people don't wake up thinking about like direct sales companies. Just, I'll just put that out there. They wake up thinking about how can I solve my problem for today. So if they have a problem and we have a solution, and this list is our solution, which problems are you wanting to solve? Which ones do you feel more comfortable talking about? I haven't talked about Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I will be in Hawaii on the beaches with my feet in the sand. But that's just not my main focus right now because I'm speaking about the daily pay. Because to me, my person is thinking, how can I get groceries for my kids? I've got Thanksgiving coming up. These pictures for these kids at sports programs are unreal. Since when have those gotten so expensive? That's really truly my thoughts. And so that's what I'm talking about. So remember what I said. Pick what stands out to you. What drew you in when you had your first exposure? What was like the light bulb moment for you? Like my daily pay, when I got that ding, not even 24 hours after I joined that I got paid, I was like, hold it. What is this? And I'm streaming that one from the rooftops. All right, the easiest one is our product. So this gets to be a little bit of like 2 categories just because it's such a unique situation that we are in. And so the first is the peptide uniqueness, right? A lot of this category is also going to be education and training. So I do not want you to think about products and just think, well, I just mixed my energized and threw a video up. No, because sister, someone saw that, clicked because they had no idea what you were doing, right? They just maybe think it's just like some random stick packet you bought at the grocery store. We have to educate our people on what sets our natural bioactive precision peptides apart from everything else on the market, not just other peptides, but other supplements. You guys, we have a duty to educate people on why these work and why they need them. If that means you're going to take the, the course of like talking about no needles, go for it. Maybe you're gonna gear more towards nature derived versus synthetic. I've recently been talking about how it passes the gut because I've had that question. You guys, little like flag, like sticky note flag on the notebook. When you are being asked questions, take that as a content prompt. If someone is saying to you, but how do these peptides pass through and survive the gut? Talk about that. Talk about that because if one person is asking you, I can assure you there are dozens of people who are probably thinking it. The cellular impact, they're easy to take. They taste fabulous. I always use this little image here that I took from one of the corporate's slide decks. I always use the natural versus synthetic. They're ingested instead of being injected. They're convenient instead of being complex. They're affordable and they're not so expensive. You guys, peptides can get so, so, so incredibly expensive. These ones are not. I can promise you. All right, so that's like one slice of the pie for the products. Now you've got your daily use. This is where you get to show your products. You get to show yourself making them. You get to involve your kids and how your family's taking it and talk about your routines. Like today, I primarily was like, I used to do this, and now today I switched it up and I did this, and this is what I thought. Here's the result. And then talk about your honest wins and how you feel. Talk about the difference it made. People want to know what results you're getting. So ask yourself, what's one result I got today or this week that I personally felt? What surprised you, right? Like, what surprised you about taking the focus? What surprised you about the new sleep product or peptide? What symptoms changed, right? Like, one thing I have noticed recently is I do not have to wait for my alarm clock. And I have an early alarm clock. And it is always, I'm always awake before my alarm clock. It's kind of annoying, actually. I'm like, really, I could be sleeping. What is your go-to peptide moment each day? Talk about it every single day. I don't care if you have said it 17 million times. One day, you might run into someone or someone might find you on socials who it is their very first time seeing you. So in your stories, you talk like this is the first time someone has ever met you. Don't think, well, I shared this 5 times already this week. No, I can promise you, like someone hasn't heard what you are saying. Bonus category, social proof. People trust what they see others are benefiting from. So when you have customer wins, if you have team wins, if there's recognition, if you're advancing up, if you're ranking up, if you got, Sarah did a phenomenal job of this, of sharing the necklace that she just received from Andrea. Like these are the moments. Don't let these pass you by. So like not only is it awesome to share the before and afters of, inflammation and then it's gone or weight and it's gone or the amazing stories about what this is doing for people's mental health. Like yes, those are all amazing. You guys, they are one tiny little sliver. Every single time you get a client or a friend who texts you who says, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, this changed my life. Oh my gosh, this sleep, it has literally changed my sleep." Screenshot it. Screenshot all of them. Put them in a notes app. Make a folder inside of your photos album. Make an album. Share all of it, save all of it, and share them on repeat. Just because that one thing happened last week and you shared it once, remember, someone didn't see it. Share it again. You guys create sharing those screenshots of what someone said. Even if someone sent you a voice memo, take a screenshot of like the voice memo, like, image or whatever, and slap that on your stories and just type out like a little brief synopsis of what they said. I can tell you, this is one of the biggest things that gets people drawn to wanting to join you and purchase from you because they're like, okay, so it's not just Wendy blowing smoke up my butt today. Okay, so we're gonna like, she actually has people who are taking these products. Oh my gosh, like people are actually on her team. Like she actually has customers. What do they say, right? It's kind of like I always use the analogy of when you're at a clothing store and you're with your best friend and you try on like a pair of jeans or a dress and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing." And then this doesn't actually happen to me that often, but I love the story of the analogy. And you're like, "Oh, okay, you think so? You really think so? Okay, yeah." But like the complete random stranger who you have no idea, she could probably be a hidden secret bad person. And she comes out of the dressing room and she's like, "Oh my gosh, those look a darling on you." And you're like, "Okay, really? Okay, all right, maybe I'll buy them." You guys, this is that analogy. Social proof, screenshots on social media is the random stranger in the dressing room telling you, "Look, you look awesome." I am telling you, you guys, it makes such a huge difference. And so it's those little moments that, like, this is working. This isn't just me being like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing." You're bringing in this social proof and this community that this is working and they want to join you. So here's the deal. You've got 40%. I have one slide left and I'm done. Hold on a second. 40% is you. That's you showing up. 30% is your product, 20% is business, and 10% is social proof. So whatever you want that to equate to, whether you're showing up every single day in stories, with this or that, or you're doing this many posts a day or whatever, or in real life, it's like maybe you're just gonna like think about some of these things a little more. That's what matters. And then I pulled some statistics. I asked our good old ChatGPT friend some statistics because I thought this was really super possible or super beneficial for you guys to hear this. Social media is 4 times more likely to influence a buyer's buying decision when people see a creator's daily routine. You guys, daily routine, not just once, 2 months ago, every single day. Every single day, I want my ideal customer, the person who I want to become my customer or my affiliate, I want them seeing me being with my family, me tending to my relationship with God, moving my body and taking care of my body with peptides. Okay. Products shown in use, not just screenshots, not a cute picture with like a perfectly tidied house in the background or a corporate graphic image. In use convert 7 times higher than products shown in a graphic or still image. 7 times higher. You guys, it's amazing. It takes someone on average 5 to 12 exposures to trust a product enough to try it. 5 to 12 exposures. You guys, there's this statistic that like only 3% of people see your stuff on repeat. Only so like we literally have to talk on repeat over and over and over. Posting daily increases engagement by up to 68%. So when you are consistent, people want to talk to you because why? You are building trust and they trust you. People are literally just waiting to see if you're going to quit. I can promise you. I made an agreement to myself when I joined this industry when I was 18, 21 years ago. I would never ever be the person who, when people would say, "Oh my gosh, are you still doing so and so?" And I'd be like, "Ah, no, I gave up." No, I'm like, "Of course I am. Like, I love helping people." Behind the scenes content is the number one most influential type of content for purchase decisions. So behind the scenes, you guys think your life is boring. I can assure you it is not. Someone who is in New York City right now would do anything to be able to see the Northern Lights. And us who are get to see them every single night would do anything to see a New York City skyline. Your life is not boring, and people will find it interesting and fascinating. The most mundane, what you think is boring things every single day. If you don't tell them what's possible, they will assume it isn't. They're going to assume it is not possible. Social sellers who post consistently are 45% more likely to recruit than those who don't. And people are 4 to 7 times more likely to ask about an opportunity after seeing someone share it multiple times. You guys, that statistic right there goes to show that this one is critically important. So if you're like, I just don't really know what to talk about, like maybe I'll just like DM them personally. And someone is going to bed tonight praying for a miracle, praying for help, praying for a break in their finances, praying for flexibility. They are going to bed tonight, laying their head on their pillow, saying, God, please just like send to me what it is that I can do to help my family. They are not waking up in the morning going, I wonder if there's a network marketing company I can join. But when they are scrolling and then they see you going, no fees, it doesn't cost anything, you get to share a link, and you get paid every single day. I'm going, whoa, hold on a minute. I could get paid before next payday. You guys, I want to tell you something really super fast. My daughter, my 17-year-old daughter, she graduated high school early and she now is working full time at a bank. So proud of her. Love her. She's amazing. Like, she has such an incredibly hard work ethic. Full time at a bank. From the day she started until the day she will get paid will be 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And she's broke. So guess who she's calling? 6 weeks, you guys. I was like, you need to tell me I can go share a link and sell a muscle and metabolic collection or share the restored peptide or share a Black Friday deal and I can get paid tomorrow. But my 17-year-old daughter who's working for a bank that's reputable and it's the thing that we should be doing, and she's not going to get paid for 6 weeks. What a gift we have here. So that's it, you guys. That is the training for tonight. There you go. Yay. All right. How about we stop the recording?